What's going on, everybody? It is Botch TV here. So, we are here with the 4-year anniversary stream for RCW. So, 4 years ago today, we had decided to go on this journey, or I decided to go on this journey of starting my own eFed through the WWE 2K games. It started out with 2K18. It was towards the end of 2K18's life cycle. Then, as time went on, the show matured. Originally, the show, RCW, was only supposed to last 2 seasons long. It was never supposed to go anywhere beyond that. Simply because I thought, at the time, that it was going to get boring. That I was going to get bored of it. Because I go through these phases in life, and I feel like everybody can relate to this at some point, where they go through these sort of phases where they like something, they like it for a while, it's fun for a while, and then after a time, the hype dies down, or stuff dies down, and they don't find it fun anymore, and they do something else with their life. But actually, this is the show, this is the reason I switched colleges. This show entirely is literally the reason why I switched colleges, because it made me realize how much I love professional wrestling, how much I wanted to be within it, and, turning RCW into reality, not necessarily creating a real wrestling promotion, but being a part of a real wrestling promotion like AEW or even some of the local promotions around me. And taking some of the ideas that I have put into the show and making it into a reality, or finding a way to apply the things that I put in the video game into reality, because a lot of it is just simple. A lot of it is very limited because it's a video game, of course. You're limited by the medium. But we've gone beyond that using other games like NBA 2K, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and other games to expand the world of the wrestling universe that you guys know as RCW. So, today, I prepared a video for you guys. We're going to be watching it together. It is a video with tons of clips, matches that I remember, and we're going to kind of do like a behind-the-scenes director's commentary sort of feel to this, where you guys can see some of the creative process of my own brain going through these matches and kind of seeing how RCW has matured over time. Now, we've done 13 seasons with a couple of spin-off shows such as Daybreak, Relentless, and Dusk and Rise. Rise and Dusk being the two currently airing shows that we do here on Glimish and on YouTube after it airs on Glimish. And you see that the entire format of RCW has changed over the years. And you'll see in this video what I mean. You'll see some of the things that you might recognize if you've been with us from the beginning. And if you haven't and you've never seen this before, well, you're about to see some really cool stuff and just how the show came to be. So I'll try not to stop the video as a lot, but I kind of want to, at the same time, I kind of want to do that every once in a while to talk to you guys about the match and talk to you guys about, what's going on. So why don't we get it started here? Let me know if the volume needs to be adjusted, either mine or the clips. So we're going to start. By the way, so this is at RCW Recoil right now. This was, I believe, like season 6 or so of the show. This was in 2K19. This was a match that was between Sky Outlaw
making
and
her way out here to the ring, and
Luna,
Luna's not waiting
the Iron Women's match.
Apparently, Luna's not gonna want to wait here, and as Sky turns around,
so you can see here, Luna actually
doesn't want to wait. This is not
attacks.
Like Luna
so that actually wasn't part of the plan. Luna was not supposed to do that. And this is when I was still using the HUD, as you can see the HUD on the screen. I think I used it only in the Iron Man matches to keep track of the points. But Luna Outlaw did attack her own sister, so you'll see throughout these times, like, I always like have a special place for these matches because it's a sibling rivalry. There's always siblings trying to outdo one another. Not in a sort of like mean sort of way or a little bit, but like, friendly competition. There was no animosity between, Sky and Luna. Like, no direct animosity. Luna kind of sort of felt not jealous of her sister, but a little bit, down on herself, because Luna and Sky are polar opposites of each other. They may be sisters, but they're polar opposites of one another. And basically, Sky is, your typical high school mean girl. She's the girl that every guy wants to be with, just because she's good looking. And she starts to sort of become full of herself because she's good looking, because she's attracting the wrong crowd. And oftentimes when you attract the wrong crowd, you tend to lose who you are as a person. Like, you give into peer pressure or whatever, that type of thing. So Sky's personality kind of goes through this stage of, trying to please everybody. Not in the sense of like being a yes girl or a yes man, but in the sense of like, do I look beautiful to you? Rather than only caring about what she sees when she steps in front of the mirror. There was actually a point where she came out with a mirror, a like little makeup mirror, like one of those foldable mirrors, and she got rid of that mirror because she realized that, she was being a narcissist. But she was only being that way because, Sky deals with domestic violence. She ends up living with her older boyfriend at the time, who ends up beating her to the point where she gets a black eye. And it's actually detailed in the book that I'm writing that encompasses RCW. I don't know how many seasons we're going to go through in the book, because I want to write like a sequel novel to it. But it explains, Sky going through the trial, and her boyfriend going to jail for domestic battery, and going through therapy, and having all these trials and tribulations of, dealing with being a survivor of domestic abuse. And it actually is a real scenario that happened to me when I was 16. Luckily, I didn't live with my ex-girlfriend at the time, being only 16 years old, but basically we might as well have lived together, because she was at my house 24/7. I couldn't breathe without her being right there. She was very controlling. She controlled who I talked to, who I could and couldn't converse with. She would always get jealous because I was around other people. Anything that didn't involve her, she hated it. Like, if I was playing Xbox at my house alone, she hated it. I used to game a lot. I still game quite a bit, but not as hardcore as I used to when I was a teenager. So, she always hated how, I was with games, and she was never... And I pretty much only went out with her because I pitied myself. I hated myself. So at the time, I was going through like a really bad like self-esteem, and when your self-esteem's low, your standards are low, everything else is low, and you'll settle for anything, and that's exactly what I did. I barely knew her. I said yes to her when she asked me out because it was like, holy shit, a girl actually fucking liked you. So I just went with it, and that was my mistake. Since then, I've been, a little bit more mature about it. Haven't dated ever since. Personal choice, to be honest with you. But that's kind of where Sky's personality stemmed from, was a girl that was obsessed with how other people thought about her. And there was a time in my life where I was obsessed with how other people perceived me, to the point where, I was a people pleaser. I said yes to everything. I wanted to make people happy, that sort of thing. And it eventually got to the point where I was like, you got to make yourself happy. Like, you can't constantly, like, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do things for others, but sometimes you have to put yourself first before other people. And that's kind of where that stemmed from. So where this match happened was, I believe Sky was champion, or no, Luna was champion at the time, actually. Actually, it was Luna who beat Sky for the title at this time, and I always enjoyed calling these matches. They faced off at Anarchy in season 4. This is at Recoil in I think season 5 or season 6. And you can see, I believe you can see there that Luna doesn't wear a mask, the traditional mask that she wears. So Luna originally debuted in season 3, and she was kind of this character. When making All the Outlaws, I had to decide what personality they were, because they're all related in some way, but they all have their own individuality and their own individual personalities and characters. So I had to figure out exactly how I wanted to play her, but I wanted her to be a complete polar opposite to Sky. I didn't want her to just be another pretty girl. I wanted her to, have her own identity, so to speak. So I made her to the point where she was the quiet yet philosophical one. When she speaks volumes, and she speaks when she feels like she needs to. She lets her actions do the talking, but she's very philosophical. She doesn't allow herself to be defined by other people. And she allows, only only she only worries about herself, in the sense of she acts like she doesn't care, but she really does care. She just kind of hides it a little bit. And I believe that anybody that has a sibling, I've actually based the sibling relationship off of two sisters that I knew in high school. They were two sisters. One of them was very successful, meaning that she was very good at school, very good at, being a scholar student. Being a scholar student, and the other one was kind of just the polar opposite of her. She wasn't doing bad in school. She just wasn't doing well. She was average, and she always felt like her sister was always better. And sometimes there was never tension. I knew them pretty well. There was never tension between their family, because I always hate it when families are like, why can't you be more like your brother, or why can't you be more like your sister? I've met families that are like that, where they'll compare to their own children, and they think highly of the other versus another one. Just because the kid is in sports or has done well in school, and that's like a real life scenario. I often base all of this off of a real life situation. So I took that situation that I knew of and I just applied it to those two characters. So that's kind of how Luna is. She kind of has that very. People think that she doesn't know a lot because she's young. She's 19. She's young and she's naive. And a lot of people think that just because you're young, you don't know shit. But I've seen 40-year-olds or 50-year-olds that still have a lot of growing up to do. So, she kind of goes through this stage of trying to find her self-identity, stop comparing herself to her sister. Like, she was always, like, kind of a little envious of, all the attention that she got. And she was like, what about me? And it wasn't like a selfish sort of way. It was more of like, look at the things that I'm doing. Aren't those things just as important too? Or is it only important because she's the poster child? Sky's the poster child where she's kind of the person in the background. And Luna wore this mask that was camo, that was black and white. And black represents the color of death. That's why at funerals you see people wear black. And white is the color of purity and purifying your soul. And it's not really... I'm a religious man. I'm a Christian. I grew up in a Christian household. But from this standpoint, from the character standpoint, it wasn't really a religious standpoint. It was more of like cleansing her soul of darkness that was within her. Like cleansing, like feeling alive. Because she actually, when I make the tweets for her, because I use this app to make tweets for wrestlers and stuff like that, it's always like something philosophical. And it's always at like late at night or early morning, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, where I'm thinking of this shit when I can't sleep. And, it's, see if I can read it. I might be able to pull it up for you guys, actually. Let me see if I'm able to do that. That might be a better option. Give me a second. While I do that, let me pop this up. Just give me a second. I didn't realize I was gonna need this initially. Oh, I already have it. I'm downloading it now. There we go. Okay, let me just grab this image. From what I want. Okay, here we go. Sorry for the big pop up there. But it says, she says here that the greatest fear isn't death, for it is inevitable. Basically speaking that everybody is terminal, that we all die, eventually. Which is the truth, we all die eventually. The greatest fear lies through death while living, within the mind and within oneself. So, like, you're still alive, your heart is still beating, you're still physically alive, but you're dead inside. You're essentially, that's something that a lot of people talk about when they talk about mental health. Like, they feel dead inside, but they're still alive. And you know that, and she says that is why in life we always ask the question of who we are and who we are meant to be. And so, you know, that's a lot of her stuff that I make for her is like that, where it's like very philosophical, very like deep thought thinking. You know, and that's just because of that's the way I think. I tend to look at certain things on a deeper level. Like sort of things that aren't just black and white. They aren't just right there. Sometimes you really got to think about it. You know, because not everything is black and white. Not everything is right there. Sometimes you got to really, really, really think about it. And that's one of the things that I thought about as a character. I thought if she was very deep and philosophical, and she doesn't really show this side outside of social media or outside of, you know, her Twitter or whatever. She doesn't really show that side. Very rarely do I ever book her to do a promo because she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She thinks very methodically. She thinks very methodically, very, you know, to the point where, you know, she doesn't feel that she needs to talk a lot. Which is why, you know, I don't really book her to do promos. And when I do, it's always a special thing. It's always special to hear her speak. And so, that's one of the tweets for her. But let's get to the match, shall we?
All here.
So we start the match here.
Sister, but I guess when you are the champion, you have to take advantage in any way that you can.
Referee gets us started, and there's the points. So yeah, this is an Iron Women's match. All my Iron matches, you know, they started out with a count of 20. I'm not sure if we did the rule change. I'm not sure exactly when this pay-per-view took place. I'll have to look back. But I'm not sure if this is before we did the rule change.
Right to Luna's face here, and Luna with the reversal there to the apron. There's Luna with a drop kick to the outside.
But
now.
I believe you can hear like a buzzing noise in the audio there, and that's because of the Yeti. This is when I had my blue Yeti. I have the Wave 3 now. And this is before I had the audio mixer or a lot of other things that I have now. So it just shows you how much the show has come along since then.
Count of 4 here, and both ladies back in the ring now, and a simple body slam there.
And also, Sky and Luna did not have custom faces at this point. You could put custom faces in 2K19, but I didn't. I just had generic in-game faces. Sky Outlaw and Luna Outlaw did not have... The only tattoo that they had was a tattoo on their backs, the Outlaw family crest, and that was it. They didn't have all the tattoos that they have now, so you can tell by that they just had an immense change.
And now a huge spine buster right to Luna Outlaw there, stopping her right in her tracks, and she has had a back injury in the past. So that may come back to bite her here, but Luna with the reverse.
And you know, the way I choreographed the matches was so different compared to...
Couldn't get momentum underneath that one. Looking for a
compared to now.
Falcon arrow.
Obviously, the right trigger was the reversal at this time because it was 2K19. I still prefer that over the Y and the grapple reversals. I don't like how there's like two different ways of reversing things. I don't like how they took out the chain wrestling too in the gameplay either. But you know, that's a different topic for a different day.
Quite some time now, and I use it for the podcast, the Angle Podcast, which is a wrestling podcast that I do with my co-host Saki Tay.
Got her right back in, and I forgot what I went for there.
And we do it live here on the stream, and we answer your guys' questions.
See, I booked Sky to win this. Originally, I booked Sky to win it.
It is still.
I wanted
I
Sky
think
to win this match.
It is still worth a watch. You can catch the episodes on the website.
You know, I wanted her to beat Luna. Like, it was sort of like payback. Like, I beat you, or you beat me, and now I have to beat you.
You still can be part of the discussion. Either ask questions, you know, anything. If you don't know,
I remember the
about
glowing
wrestling,
boots
you can
too.
ask
This
that.
was early
If you don't know
stages
what
Luna
this term
too.
means, or if you don't know what this term means, or whatever.
Because Luna meant
you can ask
moon,
that.
so.
You know, there are no stupid questions. There are no stupid questions.
As you can see, nobody's gotten a fall
would
yet.
always tell me in school, there are no stupid questions.
In this match, I wanted them to
Please do not feel
fight
like
to the
you
last
can't
breath.
be a
The
part
way
of the
that I
discussion
booked it
if
was,
you've never seen
I wanted it to
wrestling
be
in
very
your life. It's
methodical.
been 20 or 30 years since you've seen a wrestling
You know,
match.
them not going for
So
cover after
it's
cover after
completely
cover.
okay. As Sky's going for the Sky heel hook here, locking it in here.
The Sky
but she
heel
lets
hook,
it go,
yeah, that
knowing
was one of
Luna
her.
can easily break out of that.
I think that was her
submission
finisher,
training
one of her
that
finishers.
Sky and the
I
rest of the
eventually
Outlaw
got
family
rid of that
have
because I
taught her
realized
how
just
to do.
how much of a pain in the ass it was to get
DDT
somebody
right
to
Sky Outlaw,
tap
right
out
into
to
the
it.
Middle of the ring there. As Luna is on the comeback now.
Obviously, the comeback sequence
15 minutes.
there for
We're
Luna.
almost here.
Surprisingly,
We
she
still have
didn't
yet to
use it
score
there.
one
I was
fall here
hoping
in
that
this
she
match.
would.
Now looking for the
And I also
torture rack here, trying
preferred
to
this
get
submission
her to
system
submit here,
a little
working on
bit
the
over
back.
the
Elise in
button
the back and a
mashing.
cover and a kick out there from Luna, very easy. And well, Luna there with a kick to the face.
Because
She
it
comes
provided
back
a
here.
little bit more balance. There's that comeback that
Luna
got
lifting up her
executed
sister
there.
now.
And I believe
Luna
she's going to
looking
go
for
for the
those
blackout. There it is, yeah.
Quick strikes here.
Right there,
Blackout strikes.
the
What a knee
blackout.
right to the side of the face there. Into a cover. One,
One,
looking to
two.
get the first fall, and Sky Outlaw kicks out.
And I'll
Sky
purposely
Outlaw
get
kicks
like
out.
2 counts or 1 counts or whatever, so then she's going for the
Now
dawning,
Luna's
the
looking
dark
to get
matter
first
right
fall in
here.
this match
I don't know
with
if
the
she hits it or
dawning.
not.
With the
Yeah, she
dawning
does.
here.
She does.
The
That's a tough move
dawning
to
dark
reverse
matter
too.
there
Very, very
to
tough.
her own sister,
move.
Sky Outlaw, and 1, 2, 3, and Luna scores the first.
See, I
fall,
had.
and now it is
I wanted
1
Luna to get to an
nothing
early
there. As you can
lead,
tell there
so
from the HUD there's
that's why I didn't
track of the
have
points
Sky
here.
kick out there. I could have used resiliency, or I could have, timed it properly, but I decided not to.
Makes it easier for the both of y'all to keep, for me and all of you guys to keep track of this match. Again, pay attention to the clock on your screen. You need 3 seconds for a pin, so you gotta take that into account too as well. It's not just about getting the most falls, it's just making sure that you have enough time to get a pin too as well. So you gotta factor that in.
Dragon screw leg whip, yep.
Whip there on Luna Outlaw there. Now
And looking back on the commentary of this, like,
I said, this may beat the season
seeing
4
how much
match
my
we've seen in
commentary has
RCW
improved
Anarchy.
then,
It may beat it,
because
who
I used to have a
knows?
face
Depending
cam
on
that
how
I
this
used to
match
use
goes on, looking for a
up
Falcon Arrow
until
again,
season
but it
5.
seems
I
that
got rid of it,
Sky
and I
slithers away out of
realized
that one.
ever since I got rid of it, I was more
Neck
in my
breaker
element.
right to Luna Outlaw there, sending her down.
And I realized, like,
Now Sky's the one on
how
the comeback now.
much more my arenas looked better. I mean, this was
Nowhere
kind of
for
a
Luna to go
half-assed
here.
arena,
Sky's
I'll
on the
admit it.
comeback with a couple of clotheslines, and now looking for her own kick
Like,
to the
in the
side
way
of
that
the
it
face
looked.
there. Now looking for the Sky's the
But
limit
obviously,
driver.
you
Sky's
get
the
better
limit
as time
driver
goes
rolling
on.
into
Sky's
a
the limit
pin.
driver
Looking to
there.
tie this one up. 1, 2, and Luna with
And
the kick
Luna
out at
used her
2.5.
resiliency. I purposely
Luna with the kick out at
had her
2.5.
cover for that,
And it's still
so that, Sky could go up for the spiral tap, which is
Sky's looking for that
the
Skyfall.
Skyfall right
She's
here.
hit
She's
many
going to land
times
it.
Before, and Skyfall
This is
right
all
on
on
Luna.
custom sliders, too,
1,
at this point.
2, looking to tie it up. And Luna
And she
with a
actually
kick
kicked out
at
there.
2.5
She
again.
actually kicked out. And
Luna
you could
with a
tell
kick out at 2.5
because
again,
the
and it
momentum
still
bar
is
went up.
1 to nothing.
There's a little trick. If you want to get somebody to
Irish
kick
whip to
out,
the corner.
you press down on
Now
the
Sky
D-pad
with
to
that
get them to
drop
kick
kick,
out.
that running
It
drop
still
kick into
makes
the corner
the...
now.
It
And
makes
Luna
it
with
look
that
like they still
special
kicked
arm
out.
drag there.
But the thing is, without the
Oh,
HUD,
what
you're
a
not
kick
going to
right
be able
the
to
side of
tell
the face there.
if someone kicked out or not. Genuinely.
And I apologize, a couple streams back.
So once I got rid of the
I
HUD,
had, some
and I only
weird
really
noise
used the
coming from my
HUD,
microphone And
on
I realized that I didn't have the noise suppression filter on it.
Iron
Because I have this
Women's
really
or Iron Man's
annoying
matches.
computer fan that comes out. And it's like really
So,
obnoxious.
you know, you guys,
And I
the
didn't
viewer,
realize
wouldn't be
that
able to
when I
tell if I
reinstalled OBS,
intentionally
it got rid of every setting that I
had
so
somebody kick
I
out or if
apologize
it
for
was
that.
a
But that was
genuine
a previous
actual
stream.
kick out.
I have it on there now, so it should be
This
all
move
good
right
now,
here,
as Luna's
Luna,
looking for something
with a
dangerous
double
here,
knees and the
knees,
bad
and the
camera
referee
angle
was in the
there, but,
way.
you know, that's just the game for
Couldn't
you.
quite see it, but the double knees in the corner, and now Luna's looking to go up 2-0. Looking to go up 2-0, and Sky with the kick out.
And Sky kick
2.
out at 2.
Now what's
Luna's
Luna
going up.
going for now?
I don't know for what, but
Referee's telling her to get down. Referee's telling her to
Oh,
get
the
down.
elbow
Looking for
drop,
that
classic.
elbow drop, and she connects with that. And now bashing the head of Sky into
when
the
it comes
mat
to
there.
putting on a show, the Outlaws,
And now this is nothing
when they fight
personal
against
here.
each other, it's no
I
animosity
want to make
really.
that clear. This is nothing personal.
Unless stated
When these-
otherwise in the
when the Outlaws
storyline.
go up against each other, they are
But they're
here
just there to perform.
There's nothing personal. There's no
Another
quote,
kick out there,
unquote, rivalry.
lackluster
There's
cover.
no
Luna wanted to get
sibling rivalry,
cover
if
a
you
little bit
will.
of teasing of Sky though. I wanted
It's
to
all about
show.
performing.
I wanted to make Luna really strong here. As the younger
We'll
sister, I
definitely
wanted
get
to
more
book her
insight
as a
into the
strong,
Outlaws on my book,
young
Life on
champion because
Lockdown,
I think
when
she was the
finish
youngest
book it when it
champion
comes out. So
we've
be
ever
excited for
had
that.
in RCW
That's
at
something I'm
19.
really
So
excited about. And Sky's
even if
looking for
she
the
wasn't
Sky's the Limit driver again,
gonna be
but
booked to
Luna
win
with
it,
a couple of
I
elbows
wanted to
right
make
the
her
side
look
of the head
strong.
there. Now looking to work on the arm of Sky Outlaw here, but Sky's not willing to take that
And
line
Sky
down
gets out
again.
of that.
10 minutes.
Hold there.
10 minutes left to go. Tried for a knife edge chop there, but no. Luna shoved that away. Now into an Irish whip into the corner.
I do miss
And
some
now
of
a
the
drop kick
2K19
right on the
AI.
back.
I'm not gonna lie. I do miss some
right
of
on
it.
the back of Sky Outlaw
Now
there,
just
and now an
looking
Irish
at it
whip
and being
into
able
the
to
ropes
play
here. Irish whip and a
2K22,
drop kick right
I
there.
do definitely miss some of some of
And
these.
Luna could literally waste all this time if she wants to. She could waste all of
'Cause
this
some-
time. if she
It
feels like
wasn't perfect,
But
but
she's gonna
I
go
still
for a
feel like there
dawning
are some
again.
things that
Gonna go for a dawning
2K19
again.
got right that
And she connects with the dawning, looking to go up 2-0. And she does. She goes up 2-0.
that 2K22
Now Sky's
got
got an
wrong.
even bigger
There is a second fall.
Sky's got an even bigger hole to come out
I
of.
wasn't gonna have her kick out there
And she is down.
or kick out of that
2
fall
to
because
nothing,
again
but
I wanted her to go
keep an
up
eye on
2.
that clock.
I
She
wanted to
still
make
has
her
9
look
minutes
strong
left,
here to
plenty of
almost
time
look like
to
she's
get back in
unbeatable.
this. Plenty of time here, drop kick, but Luna sidestepped that one there. Irish whip, huge into the ropes, and a drop kick again from Luna Outlaw. Now looking
So
for
there's a
double
double leg
leg
drop.
there.
Courtesy of Jeff Hardy.
Definitely got to hurt Sky there. Sky is really hurting right now.
Irish whip. Yeah.
She is absolutely hurting right now. There's a couple blows to the back, but a back elbow from Luna. Oh, and a right hand. What a right hand from Sky, and a kick right to the side of the face. My God. Now looking for the
Sky's
Sky's
the
limit
limit
driver. She
driver.
couldn't connect with it this
There
time,
she
but she
lands
does.
it.
She couldn't connect with it last time.
You can
but
only
she
use
connects with it
resiliency
perfectly
about
that
3
time.
times per match, I believe, in 2K19. So
But she's got to think of something even more dangerous.
once you used it
She's
like
looking
3
for the
times, the
sky
payback
fall,
would
but
go
Luna
away. There,
reversed it.
she
Luna got
she
out of the
reversed
way.
it.
Now into the cover
1,
here.
2.
Into the cover. Almost
Kick out.
got 3 falls. off of a
I actually like that
miss
cover there.
from
I wasn't
Sky there.
expecting Luna to
And a
go
big
for
big
that
drop
cover,
kick.
but I liked her thinking there. I like the AI's thinking there. Go for the cover after the
Sky
missed
almost
Skyfall. That was
screwed
perfect
herself
there.
over
The
there, but
dawning.
now looking for the
Always
dawning
hitting the
again.
dawning.
Looking for the dawning
Never
again,
was
and
really
hits
able
it
to
again.
reverse it.
And I don't
a
know
lot.
what is going on with Sky here, but this is
Cover.
not going to help her. If she goes up 3-0, looking to go up 3-0 now, and Sky with the
And
kick
again, I
out at
used
2.5.
resiliency there. Because I didn't want Sky to go down 3-0 just yet.
She's saying this is easy work here. I
I'm
don't
just saying
know if
this
it-
is easy, you know, with a knuckle
I
crack.
don't know if that's a good idea. And Sky's looking to come back here in this match. She's a little bit behind, but still plenty of time left to go.
A lie detector.
Plenty of time left
that
to
was
go.
called.
Looking for Sky's the Limit. and
Sky's the Limit driver
again.
This
Now
time
into a
she
big
does go for
domination,
the
looking
cover
to
because I want Luna to use her resiliency. So that was
tie it up or go up
purposeful there.
1 to
So I
2
wanted
or
her to
1
use
2,
it.
Whatever. I can't speak today.
So that way,
I
when
can't
she went
speak
for the
'cause this match
Skyfall,
is
if she
gold.
landed it,
This
she
match
wouldn't
is
be
crazy.
able to use it.
Sometimes I jumble over my words. Things happen.
She can't hit the Skyfall because Luna's getting
Sky
up.
tried for an elbow drop
This is
there,
the
but
elbow drop there.
Luna able to get out of the way of that one.
Reversal.
Tried for
Elbow
an elbow.
missed.
No elbow today,
Knee
but a
strike
running
right
knee
there in the corner.
A pop-up
You know,
knee right in the corner
Luna
there.
was going to make this tough for her, and that's
Alley-oop
exactly how I
combo to
wanted it to
Sky.
be.
Now Sky's
I
got-
wanted Luna to not make this easy
Sky
just
may have an
because,
injured back
you know,
here.
they're sisters. She's really fighting to prove to
That's
everyone
exactly
else
what
that
Luna's
she's
trying to
not
go for here.
just
She's trying to get Sky to
Sky's
submit again.
sister.
Trying to get Sky to submit. Trying to get Sky to submit here. Almost
And I
got
went a
her.
little overboard
Almost
with the
got her.
submission system here.
Almost got her. Luna almost got her.
And
she's
ended
gotta
up
tap
having her
again.
tap out.
She's gotta
I
tap,
wanted her
and
to
now
get out of
Luna's
that.
up 3-0.
But I actually
My
messed
God.
up there.
This isn't even
was
a
my
match
fault.
at all.
Totally my fault.
At this rate, this is just gonna be a Luna domination here. But again, Sky refusing to back down here. Sky refusing to back down. Look
Reversed
for Skyfall
again.
again, but Luna again
Reversed the
gets out
Skyfall
of the way of
again.
that one. There's only so much.
Got it
that
back.
Luna can get
Sky's
out
the
of it.
limit
A
driver.
Sky's the limit driver
Cover.
now going right into a pin.
1,
1,
2. And she
Oh,
actually
Luna kicked
genuinely
out.
kicked out there.
Sky
I
almost
actually
had
thought
the
she
first
was
foul of this
going to go
match
down
here. Well,
for the
of
3 count there.
This match in her terms,
I should have gone to the other
Sky's
one.
gotta
I
hit
realized
something.
that, but
she's gotta hit something.
Sky
and
hit it
that's gonna
anyway.
help.
Skyfall
That's
there.
definitely gonna help. 1, 2.
to get it back,
Oh,
and
no.
she genuinely kicked out
Luna
there.
kicks out at
She
2
actually
and a half.
genuinely kicked
My
out there,
God.
so she really wasn't going to give Sky a fall here.
This is just insane right now.
She really did not want to. I did
fact
not
that Sky has
expect that.
done nothing.
That's why in the commentary,
Like, in terms of
you hear
falls in this match is just bonkers right now, man. It's insane. I have never seen Sky get absolutely screwed over here by Luna, but that's exactly what's happening.
chop, and then a chop right back. Chick kick missed.
Keep in mind that the count out wastes seconds too.
And now Luna
Because of
is
the
just
count out
wasting
at
time
20,
now.
There's more time that's gonna go
there's
off
4
of it.
minutes left. She doesn't need to
Come on.
have any more falls. So I'm trying to get Luna
Luna
back
with a
into
couple
the
of
ring
moves right
because
to
that's
the
the only
midsection.
way to get a fall. Drop toe hold here.
Drop toe hold there on the outside. Drop toe hold on the outside. Now looking for
Sky's the limit driver on the outside. It's
but
not going
that's
to do her
not
any
gonna help her here.
good there. I shouldn't have done that.
That's not going to help her.
I
as
did
she
not
has to get
mean to do
Luna in
that.
the ring for the fall to even count.
And I actually wanted to get her back into the ring, but I ended up throwing her.
She props up Luna there, being a little bit nicer here. Count of 11 here.
I ended up wasting valuable
Again, it's a
time
count
here.
out of 20 here as
And the
Luna
reason
gets
why I
back in
did
the
that
ring.
was because
Luna gets
rather
back
than
in the ring
trying
now.
to jump through hoops to try and get her back into the ring,
And again, Luna.
I
Sky's
was
gotta
just
figure
like,
something
screw it.
out here.
I'm just going to
She's
let
gotta
her
figure
get
out
back in the
something
ring
because this is-
by herself.
This is just. At least make this a match, for God's sake. You know, that's what she's got to do. She's got to make this a match.
She's going to go for that
Like, she
submission. The
can't
back
just-
is already damaged, as you can tell.
Losing 3-0. Like,
Again, I'm messing
That's-
around with the submission system. I should have
that's
just
something else, man. If she ends up losing this here, like losing 3-0, like that's
Got out of it.
Gotta be,
Luna's already
There's gotta
close
be
to
some
another resiliency. Gave her another finisher, so now she has 2.
there's definitely got to be some rethinking here.
Chick kick down. And Luna rolled out. I love that. I love that right there.
Sky is
big fan of that.
Still
Big fan of that.
3 falls here. It'd be interesting to see.
Armbar wasn't going to work, so I just let it go.
I don't see it happening.
Reversal.
She went down early.
Reversal from Sky there, and she has a minute.
Now looking for Sky's the limit driver now. She's got
to get something.
She's got to hook it. She's got to hook it.
Going for the cover. 1, 2 to see if she can use her resiliency, and she doesn't, which unexpectedly, but she gets that fall. She still has that finisher too, and then she gets another Sky's the limit.
Within a matter of seconds, I'm gonna be impressed now. I'm gonna be impressed that she's gonna do this.
Sky's the limit driver.
Again.
Trying to go for another
2 and a kick
fall.
Out of 2
no,
and a half.
she kicks out genuinely
again,
there.
Sky's wasting valuable time here. She's got to get up. She's got a minute. Got a minute to get 2 falls. I don't know if it's going to happen. It may be.
Look for the sky fall again. There it is.
She's going to try anyway. She's going to try anyway. 1, 2, 3, and now she's
got 2
down by 1 fall, and there's still.
So she fought. She fought for 2. And Sky rolled out of the ring from that big boot there, from that charging boot. And that's really going to be detrimental to her. Luna tried to go for too much.
She's got to get Luna back into the ring, first of all.
And I tried to get Luna back into the ring.
I don't think she's going to do it.
But that was the thing.
I don't think she's
even though I tried to get Luna back into the ring,
not the ability to
like,
hit this
I knew that Sky wasn't going to win it.
No way. No, she's not.
She just tried to go up for the Skyfall and get ready, but
Luna's gonna win.
Luna ultimately wins there and retains her title.
Retains her RCW Women's Championship. But Sky, though, I almost thought she was gonna come back.
That was purposeful there.
Towards the end of this match, wouldn't that be something if she was able to tie it up?
But to me, that was one of the best matches.
But Luna
in the Sky and Luna Outlaw saga.
Her title here.
The old title. Oh. Glad we have better looking titles now.
Luna is able to retain her title, and her reign as RCW Women's Champion continues here. But she cannot forget about the women's lottery case matchup tonight. Her reign could end easily tonight. It could end tonight if one of the women decide to cash in. We'll find out.
So this one right here. This is crazy. So this is the cash-in of Kevin Owens. What you're about to see here is the cash-in of Kevin Owens against Brian Outlaw. So what happened was we had the lottery case. That's what we called it back then. And Ricochet won the lottery case. He wasn't supposed to. He wasn't the targeted guy. It was actually supposed to be Kevin Owens that was supposed to actually win the briefcase originally. But I thought, Kevin Owens is a dominant heel. He's a good heel. So I said, what more than to... What more of a way to show that than to have him steal the briefcase. So we went on a couple weeks not knowing who was going to steal the briefcase. Not kind of like playing dumb, like who stole the briefcase, who stole it. And eventually we find out that it was Kevin Owens. So let's watch this here.
What is this? it's Kevin Owens.
So he just went through a grueling match with
Kevin
Seth Rollins.
Owens,
There's Brian
he's got
Outlaw
the-
bleeding there.
He's got the lottery case.
And he's
I
cashing
knew
in.
it. I knew it. I knew that Kevin Owens stole that. I knew it.
And this
said
match is made
earlier.
official.
I said
So
earlier
Brian's
that
trying to
Kevin
fight back. He
Owens-
is the RCW World Champion.
that
But
Kevin
obviously
Owens
he
had to
just
be one
got
of the
through a
culprits.
grueling match with...
And now Brian's got to wrestle another match. This is the championship match. By the way, bleeding
With,
all.
Rollins
so we
there.
have another match. This isn't.
I think I did give him the stunner because he didn't have the stunner at this point
Consider this a bonus.
as his finisher. And the old ring where we had all the E-Feds, the NWO, which was an E-Fed of someone
this a
that shall
bonus
not be
match
named,
here.
but BCW back when Sin had the
Might as well
BCW,
be one.
his own version of that, and the AFK.
Kevin Owens is beating the living
Natalia.
hell out of his former friend. These two faced off for the RCW World Championship. Kevin Owens coming
And then
up,
the EWL,
coming up
the
short.
Epic Wrestling League, which was also
But
my
Brian
mom's
Outlaw
Sakate.
had
So
turned his back on Kevin Owens.
here we go with the super kick there.
These two were friends.
So
He
I
said,
wanted Brian to
"Come back
like
RCW
not
and I'll give you
back
the title
down. I didn't
shot."
want it to be
And then
one
for
of those
some reason,
cash-ins where,
Brian just turned his back on KO.
you know, Brian's just gonna get his ass whooped. This is when
Rusev
somebody
Day Ruled, thank you
had
for the
followed.
follow, I appreciate it. The history between these two. It's all come down to this, and Kevin Owens, he is not the rightful owner of the lottery case. I don't know what he thinks here. I
Over on
said
Twitch.
earlier that Ricochet was the rightful owner. Ricochet's the one who got it.
The old RCW logo. So RCW has gone through many different logo changes.
Even
And for
though
me,
that this
it was
match
all
is
just because I was so
technically a
indecisive.
World Championship match. Kevin Owens, he may not know this, and I don't think he does.
Like, I thought
Since
logo,
it's not
I thought
rightfully
this
his,
logo looked good.
essentially this
Then I was
match
like,
almost
nah.
means like nothing.
Then I thought this one logo looked good. And then I was like, nah.
I don't know what the purpose
So
was.
it went through
You know, maybe he thought,
bunch
I'm gonna
of
steal the lottery
changes
case, and because I didn't win that match.
before we
was
actually
in
got
the
to
men's
a
lottery case ladder match. He was in that match, but he didn't
logo
win.
that I'm gonna keep, that I'm proud of.
Under RCW rules, by the way, we have a count out of.
So Kevin Owens and Brian Outlaw were like
Speakers
former
spend a little
friends
bit of time on
too,
the
so
outside if they so choose, and another
you know they had a
guillotine
big rivalry.
here. Another guillotine onto Brian Outlaw.
And Owens
Kicked out
was
at
just
one.
mad that he
I don't
couldn't,
know how Seth-
you know,
Brian
earn the
Outlaw is
title.
breathing
And the
after
briefcase
Seth
was a
Rollins
huge
curb
was a
stomped
huge
this
part of
man
that,
so many
so-
times. And another super kick as
Originally, I wanted Brian
continues
to like
fight back
last
here.
the cash in, to have him
He's got
last.
3 jailbreak DDTs in his back pocket. There's one.
Jailbreak DDT.
There's one.
He got a little bit overzealous. He wasn't gonna go
He's gonna go
for the
up
cover,
another.
so he was gonna charge up another one because I had 3 here,
Here's 2. No.
and he got out of the way.
Kevin Owens got out of the way of that one, but Kevin Owens, I believe Kevin Owens got busted open as well.
Can't remember if he wins here. Does he win? Does he
One.
win?
2.
No.
And Brian kicked out. Brian kicked out. Oh no, Kevin Owens though. Kevin Owens.
Now Kevin Owens going for the pop-up powerbomb.
Kevin Owens
I
like a
tried to
Brian
reverse
Outlaw.
that. I tried.
Pop-up
I tried
powerbomb.
to. I really
One.
did.
No.
Oh, and I kicked
Brian
out.
kicked
No,
out.
he wasn't supposed to
Brian
kick
kicked
out
out
at
of the
1.
pop-up
It just so
powerbomb.
happened that I hit it at the right time.
He's refusing to lose the title. I don't know if he knows this either, but like I mentioned, Kevin Owens is not the right.
Brian's
owner
still
of the lottery
fighting.
Case.
And then Kevin Owens gets him in the rest hold there, and he
may
breaks
think
out
this
of
is
it.
a title match, but and it technically is.
Irish whip. Big
But
knee.
at the same same time, Kevin Owens is not
DDT right there to
the rightful
Owens.
winner.
Got the super kick.
And I think Bryan's had enough.
But Bryan ain't done.
He's had enough of the BS that he's been put through with.
He's looking to
Kevin
take him
Owens.
into the corner.
He sends him in the corner and another chop.
Huge chop in the corner. I wanted him to really beat the hell out of Owens here. Like, I didn't just want it to be like, okay, he's gonna...
Is he looking to send Kevin here? He's possibly looking to prop him up.
And I messed up here. I actually wanted to take him over to the corner, to the other corner.
Able to break out of it. Kevin Owens drops Bryan Outlaw just like that. And now
So that was my bad.
Back on the ground again. I'm afraid this could end in injury if it continues any further for Bryan. He's got to get this match over with here.
Package pile driver.
His head dropped on his knee.
But yeah, he didn't go for the cover there. I thought he was going to.
There could be some really
That
bad
little pile driver there.
injuries here.
I really thought he was going to.
As Kevin Owens
And Owens again going for the pop-up power bomb.
looks to hit it again. Kevin
Still,
Owens,
for the life of me, I tried to reverse
another
this.
pop-up powerbomb.
And I just couldn't.
1, 2, and no, Bryan kicked out again.
And Bryan again kicks out. He kicks out
Bryan
of
kicks
two of
out
them.
the powerbomb again.
So he's
My
really
God,
fighting
Kevin
here.
Owens.
I'm trying to make it seem like he's really fighting.
He's absolutely frustrated right now.
And
he
I
gets the win
I
anyway.
swear I screwed that up.
He gets the win.
I totally
off of a
screwed
lackluster
that up.
cover.
I wanted to kick
As
out,
Bryan may have exerted all of his energy kicking out
but I
of that
totally screwed it up.
powerbomb.
But it turned out to be a good storyline anyway.
Kevin Owens.
Even though, like, a lot of the storylines that I
He's the
had
champion.
happened by accident.
Kevin Owens. Favorite game? What the hell?
Oh,
That's
wait.
Elise.
We got to talk about this one. You got to talk about this one. So, the clip that you're about to see is a clip of Elise's debut, Bryan's German girlfriend. So, the story went... The build-up to this one was tough, because I had to figure out how to make her debut in such a way that wasn't the same old bullshit. Which was, doing a run-in, attacking someone, or whatever, because that's how the game... I didn't really know all the kinks yet. Like, editing and doing all the segments. So, Season 9, I think, was when we started doing segments and everything. So this was the season that we started to really amp up the production of RCW and take it one step further and do something awesome with it. So I did 3 segments. They were all on YouTube, and it was about Bryan Outlaw talking about this girl that he met, who's from Berlin, Germany. And, it's just him being so infatuated by her. He meets her, he gets so infatuated by her. And me, I always hated love storylines. In anything, not just in wrestling, but in anything. Fairy tales, it was okay for Disney, because it's Disney. But I always thought, I was like, everybody's seen the damsel in distress. Everybody has seen this, that, and the other thing. But how about I take my own approach to the whole damsel in distress thing? So Bryan Outlaw is the type of guy where, if he can help out a woman, he would. And, because that's what he would do for his sisters. That's how he was raised. So, he meets Elisa in Hamburg when he takes, actually, he meets her before that, in a stint before that. But they don't really start talking to one another until he takes this vacation to Hamburg, Germany. And he just happens to go to a wrestling show that she just happens to be at. And they start talking, and then he learns that she's an orphan. And that she had to bounce around from foster home to foster home and spend nights in the streets because, she would run away and all the other kids would make fun of her and stuff. And she was kind of like an outcast. And so he's like, don't worry about it. My family abandoned me too. There's parts of my family that I don't see. It's okay. We'll be there for each other. And, that's actually based on a real thing because my father's family has nothing to do with me whatsoever. So that was based on a real thing. And so I actually started learning German because I have a German ancestry. And so I started learning the language because I thought if I learned the language, it would help me make the character more realistic and more like a real person. So I started learning it, basic shit. And then I was like, I got to figure out an entrance theme for her. Was ich liebe, which is a song by Rammstein, is what I love. And the song is actually derived from a poem that Till wrote, I believe. Don't quote me on this, but I believe that's where it derived from. And it's a song about how he doesn't like when he likes something or loves something. So it's the opposite of everybody knows the classic saying, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. And and it's basically the opposite of that. Instead of it's better to love than and lost than to never to have loved at all, it's the complete opposite, where it's like it's better to not love at all to save yourself from the inevitable heartbreak that you're going to have, the inevitable pain and suffering that you're gonna have. And actually, I learned the English translation to that song. And it's a very, very dark song. I don't think it would have had the same impact if it was sang in English. I just don't think it would have. And I used an instrumental live cover of that somebody had done. It's got this 45-second up to a minute long intro of just the main guitar riff, and it's so ominous and so beautiful that I was like, yeah, I'm using that. I'm not going to use the studio version. I actually prefer that version. I can actually post a link in my Discord. You can, if you're watching on YouTube, the Discord link is on my channel, but here's a Discord link right here. For those that are watching live with us on Glimish. But I wanted to use that version because it's so ominous, and so I used that version instead. And so I needed to get rid of somebody on the roster. I didn't want to just job them out like TV does sometimes. I wanted her to go out in a most satisfying way possible. So I had her lose a championship match with Luna. Luna retained her title. Basically, long story short, Whitney White was this character. She's crazy ass Whitney. She's kind of like a demon sort of thing. She becomes friends with Luna, turns her back on Lumina. They have a match. She beats the hell out of her, choke slams her through 2 announce tables, beats the hell out of her, and then Elise comes and beats the hell out of her too. And Brian Outlaw, before Elise attacks, he does this whole promo where he's like, "We took you in, and this is how you treat us." It was kind of a shot towards the guy that I've spoken about before that used both my mods and myself to get what he wanted. So it was kind of a shot. It was like, but in the form of the character. Like, Whitney, we took you in, we helped you, we gave you a place, and this is what you do to us. And, you know, I speak German in that promo, Watch this, Liebe, what I love, why don't I show you? And then I said, will ich du ein Spiel spielen? Which is, do you want to play a game? In German. And I actually said that one pretty damn well. Says, why don't I show you my favorite game? And the finisher that she does is a finisher where she hits somebody from behind and launches them. And it's called the Wicked Game. Because love is a wicked game. Life is a wicked game. We're all just pawns in it. So let's see this clip here. This is the clip, by the way, when I had my first TikTok account and got 4,000 views within like 24 hours. It was crazy.
You kicking out of that power bomb.
So we'll just watch this clip over again.
Is the champion. Kevin Owens.
Favorite game?
Here it is.
What the hell? That's Elise! My God! Elise's attacking Whitney from behind. Elise with the wicked game from behind. Holy shit!
So this part, I hit the wicked game and I got the holy shit chants and the crowd cheers. I had to actually do all this through highlight reel. So this part, I zoomed in on the highlight reel and got her beating the hell out of Whitney White.
That's right, she's attacking Whitney White.
And she grabs the chair. So I had to actually record something with the chair and time the chair shots, the chair connecting with the sound. And I think it was a lot of work to prepare. This is probably the most work I've ever done for something like this. And the most time-consuming thing. But that was this right here.
We were getting ready for our next match here, but she's attacking.
This is probably the best commentary I've ever done for something like this. This is still one of my favorite debuts too as well.
And Elise
Still
has debuted here in RCW, and she's just walking out of the arena. She's walking out of here. What the hell?
From Daniel.
So this right here, this next clip is when Katsu debuts, the Japanese superstar, the Japanese talent, one of the Japanese talents that we have. He was awesome. Like, I had like this little teaser, and it was like Japan. It was like different shots of Japan, and it was his music. I'll see if I can play it real fast for you guys. Let me see if I can find it. So it was this. And so it's actually one of my favorite themes was that. It's a non-copyrighted theme. And it was awesome. This debut was so great. And it was against Brian Danielson at the time. And this was during our Worth More charity stream, domestic violence charity stream that we do every year in October for the month of October. The entire month we raise money for organizations that combat, domestic violence, that take domestic violence head on by helping out victims of it, both male and female, and educating people on, recognizing the signs of domestic violence. And that's something that we'll be doing in October this year as well.
Oh, what's this? Oh my God. Oh my God. No. Who could this be here? That's Katsu! Katsu! We've seen so many teasers. Katsu taking
Katsu with the setting sun.
What?
So that, and this one right here, sorry for the quick pause there. But this one right here, this was the perfect setup here. I thought Austin Lee, the Excellence of Arrogance, our former world champion, Austin Lee, he got the moniker the Excellence of Arrogance. And Rey Mysterio is known as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, luchador of all time. What better to make a statement than to attack Rey Mysterio? And that was one of the greatest rivalries that I really enjoyed recently in the couple of recent seasons here on RCW. It was fantastic. So let's watch it.
Who is this? It's definitely... It's Dolph Ziggler's Titantron. That's Austin Lee! Austin Lee! My God, Austin Lee! Took him out with a rolling cutter.
There he is, Austin Lee with a rolling cutter, and he just bails out.
The Excellence of Arrogance just took out Rey Mysterio. 1, 2, and Rey!
And then he got the shoulder up. That was amazing. It was so good.
Just got the shoulder up.
So this match right here is Elise and Sky Outlaw, I believe, for the Dream Championship on Daybreak. So this is part of a storyline that is going on right now. This is where it started. This was for the finals for the Dream Championship.
So Elisa's coming out here first, and so she's definitely redeemed herself after losing in the tournament and being eliminated in the tournament that was on the Relentless Showcase, the Women's Showcase. She's made it all the way.
This was a show that we don't do anymore because Bobby Saturn had destroyed the Breakout Championship, which was the world title for this show. But this is an amazing matchup right here.
To the finals against Sky.
There's Sky Outlaw, the pyro went off. Man, I missed that. Look at the mirror. So, Sinister, a little bit of backstory behind Sky getting the mirror back. Sinister, which is my mod Young Sin's character, had given her the mirror back, and he says to her, "See the beauty in you that I do." And so it represented a completely different thing than it did originally. And Sinister wanted to make her realize that she is beautiful, but in her own skin. That she doesn't need someone to tell her she's gorgeous. She needs to believe she's gorgeous herself. Otherwise, nobody is going to otherwise it doesn't matter who tells it to her, Because think about it. Somebody tells you that you're a good person, right? You're a good person. Thanks, Shorecat. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's crazy that we've been doing a show like this consistently for 4 years when it was only originally supposed to last 2 seasons. No worries. Of course, everybody's got what they're doing. No worries. That's why it's getting recorded so that it gets put on YouTube. Man, this is gonna be a big ass recording too. But what I was saying was, somebody could tell you that you are a good person, but if you don't believe it, it's not gonna make any difference, right? You'll still be like, thank you for seeing me that way, and sometimes it takes someone else to tell you something good about yourself for you to realize it. For you to think about it. Like, am I a good person? Am I really? And then it takes you a little bit of time to, adjust to that and really see who you are. And so that's what Sinister was trying to do with Sky, was he was like, you are a good person. You are beautiful. Take this mirror, take your mirror back, look at yourself in the mirror, and see that. So that's why she has the mirror back.
Running over the budget with all that. And I appreciate all you, sticking with me through the...
I loved this arena, too. Just the thing here. I love this arena, too. It was fantastic.
Technical difficulties and the audio. That's one thing I wanted to get right, was the audio. Because, you can deal with...
I believe at this point I had my new mic. So you can tell, you're definitely going to tell, the difference in some of these clips here. Just in audio.
A little bit...
of me, anyway.
Blurriness of a video. You could always deal with that. But having crappy audio, like... that nobody...
And I always constantly change Sky's attire. She's kind of a girly girl, so that's why I gave her, the sparkly attire.
He wants to listen to, like, that's another thing.
That was what the Dream Championship looked like then.
Just for the thumbnail.
Looks completely different now. It actually has a white strap and says RCW Dream Champion on it.
There it is.
There's our referee.
Take another one. That just looks really good in the lighting.
All the logos were made by me, by the way. Everything was done by me. So, see, every RCW show that we've had, regardless if we've had it for a while or had it once, each RCW show, whether it be Daybreak, RCW the regular show that we have now, RCW Rise, which we have now, or RCW Dusk, which we have now, every RCW show had its own unique look, its own color scheme. It was all the same thing, but I wanted every show to have its uniqueness to it, so it didn't feel like, oh, this is just the same show, It's kind of like with WCW and WWF, WWF looked different, like had its own, thing, and WCW had its own thing, had its own aesthetic, so it was kind of like that.
Here we go.
This is still one of my favorite women's matches to date, honestly, this one.
Elise with the big boot here on Sky. Irish whip into the ropes, and Elise with the Fez press taking her down here.
This is back when Xbox Live was still a thing. Now it's just called the Xbox Network.
Now this is huge. Whoever wins this essentially makes history.
So originally, I didn't really care who was going to win this match. I didn't really give a shit.
mean, every
I didn't care
RCW
whether it
match
was
is
Sky
big, but
or
when it
Lisa.
comes
The
to,
storyline that's
you know,
going on
first ever
now,
champions,
this
you know, that's
this
something in
is what
wrestling history
sparked
that
it.
a lot of people remember.
So whoever won this
Oh, and what a kick right to the face here. Trying for
wasn't
that.
really
Oh,
going to
reversed it,
impact
though. Spine buster, though.
the end outcome.
Sky. Now what's happening here?
That wasn't supposed to
Somebody's
happen.
trying to.
This was
Alexa
done in
Bliss.
exhibition because it's a thing. So I don't
That's
know.
very confusing.
So
She's
Alexa
not even
Bliss
in the
actually
tournament.
interfering there wasn't supposed to happen, but I kind of liked it, so I ran with
Could
it.
spell bad for Sky if. I think Elise was trying to go for the roll up and realized Sky able to just have eyes in the back.
And
of her head.
sometimes the things that you don't want to happen, oftentimes later on
The
you
only
realize
Elise back is
that was
Sky
actually
gets
pretty cool.
into
Like,
the ring, moves out of the way. Very wise, trying for a suplex.
or
perhaps.
better than what you originally
Sky fights
wanted to
against it
happen
here.
in the first place.
Good shot there. Oh, and what a kick!
There was that kick. That kick was always a part of her,
Spinning kick here.
of Elisa's.
Uh-oh.
This is
Now
the
she's
wicked
gonna
game
turn
right
Sky
here.
around.
Here's one.
This is what won her all these matches.
You're gonna see a
Wicked
lot of
game again
those.
on Sky, wicked game, but this time it's on Sky.
And I
went
love
off the
just,
ropes very
even though the
awkwardly
ropes
there.
kind of glitched there, I love how she just
One,
went off the ropes like that.
And Sky with a kick
She
out.
kicks out of one. This is one fall. I think this is 2 out of 3 falls. It could be 2 out
Out
of
of
3
all
falls.
these
Not
matches
too sure
that
if it
I've
was.
called, not just in this tournament, but as long as RCW has been living, this show and the regular show included, this is definitely going to be one
Tiger
of my favorites
suplex?
down the road. Tiger suplex. This might even be better than the Sky Outlaw and Luna Outlaw sister face-off we've seen so much of.
And Sky just taunted there just for no apparent reason. Deadlift
Sky, my
German
God, what
there.
strength here. And a kick out easily
Good
there.
cover and a kick out.
I want to come back.
Come back
on
here.
Sky.
I let her
Sky,
hit this one.
She hit this against Shido.
Because
What a
Sky
kick to the
never
face.
really liked Elisa. Sky never really liked Elisa because she has this feeling that Elisa is just using her brother Brian to get whatever she wants. And you see eventually that Sky gets... Brian Outlaw turns on his own sister, Sky Outlaw, for Elisa. And Elisa hits the Skyfall, which is her finisher, which is Sky's finisher, at Asylum, and leaves her there on the floor. And before that, he cuts a promo, which all my promos are unscripted, which he cuts a promo where he explains like how much he loves her. And he's like, remember when we were kids and we used to play wrestle on the couch and tombstone each other and all this and that? And he says, sometimes God does things that we don't understand. And that was something that my mother always drilled in my head as a religious man. She always drilled that into my head. And so I used that in my promo, where I said, sometimes God does things we don't understand. We cannot fathom why. We just have to deal with it. And I hope one day you can forgive me. And then the lights go out. Elisa attacks Sky. And now we have this whole story that's still going on seasons later. So long-term storytelling is what I like to do a lot of the time. Not always, but if the story is right, I will do it.
Trying for the Sky's the Limit driver. Elisa reversed it. Tried for that kick again, but to no avail. Back and forth these ladies are going here. Looking for another wicked
This
game.
is another wicked game. This is 3, I think.
Another
There's
wicked
3.
game on the Sky, but this time she's a little bit too close to the ropes. And
I love
she's
the
a little
drag
close
system in
the first time
19
round.
compared to 22.
Looking to win it here. 1, 2,
Kicks
And
out
now
again.
Sky kicked out at 2.5 again.
And she genuinely kicked out there. I didn't press down on the D-pad. She genuinely
still in
kicked
it.
out.
The sky's the limit.
Because down
pun
on the
intended
D-pad
here.
makes it so that your
We're becoming the
opponent kicks
Dream
out.
Champion.
And with the HUD off, you
One of
guys
these
can't
ladies
tell
is gonna
because
walk out with
normally
some
when
type
somebody
of,
kicks out, it's
injury
momentum.
here.
Momentum
sure
goes up,
hope not, but, you know,
which
who knows?
ultimately
With all the damage they've
gets you your
taken
signature
throughout
and
this
finisher.
tournament, Tilt-A-Whirl DDT.
But with you guys not seeing the HUD, you guys can't tell the difference.
Oh, what a super kick right there.
Super kick. Right there.
Dropping
Sky's going to
Elise.
go for the cover.
And
Kick out.
at
Not even a
one.
1 count. And I wanted that.
Sky cannot believe
Playing
what's
as
going
Elise,
on
I
here.
wanted Elise to just make this harder than
Oh,
hell
I
for
think I know what
Sky.
this is. The Skyfall onto Elise right there.
Skyfall, she lands that beautifully.
Connecting with it perfectly.
Cover again.
1, 2 to win that championship.
Resiliency.
Oh, Elise kicked out at 2.5
Right there.
again.
You know, making it
Man,
even
these
tougher.
ladies are killing it right now.
And Sky does not
Sky's
like
not too
Elise.
happy.
I've already said that.
I don't blame her
Already.
for that.
She does not
I
like
think
her.
It took 3 to take down Tony.
So this is personal to her. Because she
Springboard
loves her brother.
moonsault and missed that one.
In fact, Brian wants to
Drop
protect
kick again.
Sky. She wants to do the same for him. And I think she does
These
it.
ladies haven't really gone to the
She does it
outside, and
more
I think
than
I'm speaking too soon here as a shoulder tackle to the outside, and
because he's a guy that won't
there's
admit
no
when he needs help.
animosity between these two
He won't
ladies
admit that,
at all, and you know they got a team
especially to his sister.
up in 2 days.
You know, because he doesn't want to be seen as a wimp.
So you know,
Because he's the glue that
whatever
holds
happens,
the
they're
family
gonna have
together.
The loser here is gonna have to let bygones be
Which is
bygones.
hollow on the
Oh,
outside.
Which is hollow here on the outside.
The name for that, I just randomly thought of it, and I was like, "Yep, that's
Out of
sticking."
5 here. Oh, and I forgot, this is also 2 out of 3 falls as well.
Wicked game again.
Elise's gonna
I
hit
count
it
4
again.
so
What a
far.
wicked game, but this time she hits it right in the middle of the ring perfectly here.
Cover.
1,
Can this finish it?
2,
Nope.
and Sky kicked out again.
I had them both have resiliency on,
My God.
but there were times where I'm like, yeah, she's not kicking out of this, and she does. So
I gotta tell you, there's gonna be a ton of clips from this match. I go back and I actually, you know, take some clips from the stream and end up, you know, posting it on TikTok or finding some really good clips, and there's gonna be a hell of a lot of them in this one. Since Glimish does not have a clipping system yet. Which I think that's one of the features that they desperately need to implement
the
in
stretch here,
here. Sky looking for the first fall, trying to submit.
that was a little
Elise
bit
here,
more
but Elise
easy on the submission system here,
able to get out of
less
it.
wild.
Able to roll through.
Single leg drop kick there.
Oh, now gonna catch her.
Rolled her up. Elisa
Hold
wanted
up
to
here,
get a
1,
quick win
2,
here.
Almost
and
got
kick
her.
out. You're
Oh,
gonna see that a few times. Both ladies go for a kick. I did not know Sky was gonna do that. That just was perfect timing. I never
saw
know
what
what the
Sky was
AI is
trying to
gonna
go
do,
for
so
there.
it's always exciting.
It would have spelled bad for Elisa, but
Single leg drop kick there. Rolls out.
she's continuing to help herself here. Sky's got to roll out to the outside.
And
Sky's
Elisa's
there, but
lying in
Elisa's
wait.
Right there, and waiting. Elisa
There she is with a
drop
missile
kick
drop
from
kick.
the top.
I could have done the diving maneuver on the outside, but I wanted to wait until she came in. Single leg drop kick miss there.
All these ladies. keep
Sky's
on
the limit
going.
driver,
Oh,
the Death Valley
Sky's the
driver
limit
right here.
driver here. No.
Again,
A
not
kick
even
out
a
at
1 count.
We've had plenty close calls here.
I wanted to
Still
book
awaiting our
Elisa
first
to
fall
be
in
this, just this bitch that won't go away.
And the
Skyfall
Skyfall here
landed.
on Elise. Elise another one. 1, 2, 3.
It is 2 out of 3 falls. It is.
1-0.
Okay. Now I
Now
remember.
this is gonna
It
be
is.
tough.
I always did something special for the finals
For,
because I was like,
for Elise to come back.
there's
'cause
no
now
way
she's
I'm
gotta
just making this
not
one
only
fall.
just
You couldn't have scripted
one fall, but
the finals
2.
better than this,
And
honestly.
the last time
There's
Sky
nothing
was
I
in
would have
a
changed
match
about
like
this
It
match.
was at
Absolutely
Bloodbath
nothing.
And against Ember Moon, and Sky ended up winning that one. Witch's Hollow, though.
The Witch's Hollow, right when she got back
Now
in.
she's going right after it.
This is number 5. 5
Uh-oh.
wicked
It's
games
gonna be a little
I believe,
wicked game.
that we've seen.
Another wicked game.
Dragging her away from the
On
ropes,
Sky,
smart
dragging
idea.
her right to the middle of the ring, very wise there, as Sky was very close to the ropes there.
Cover.
1,
1.
2,
two.
to tie it up, and no, a kick out.
Sky still holds that record. Nobody's kicked out of more wicked games than she has.
Another kick out.
Nobody.
Sky is just not letting up right now. Like Sakate likes to always say, the Outlaws have a tremendous amount of heart within them. And,
Sky's the
what
limit driver.
Sky's the limit driver again. She was looking to tie it.
Elbow missed. I
I'm
actually
surprised she
just
didn't
backed
go
up
for the
there. I didn't do anything
pinfall
but
after
that.
After it, that might be a
And
mistake.
I like that. You know, I like that. That's one of the things I like in 22 is where you
Like
can
for
just
another
back
drop
up
kick
or
over.
block.
And no avail here. Oh, kick.
Some people don't like the blocking
I'm
mechanic,
surprised she's not going for Skyfall.
but I
She's
do
not
in certain
going up
aspects. There's
the
certain things I
ropes for
don't like
Drop
about it, and
kick
there's
in the
certain things I
corner,
do.
and that might set it up. 1. No. I didn't even realize she went for a pin after that. There could have been a great setup into it, and just as I say that, she's looking to do it again. That's what got her the first fall. No. Elise reversed it this time. No, Sky didn't do anything there. Very awkward. She got caught into the Witch's Hollow. Now she might get caught again with another wicked game. And she gets planted with the wicked game.
I believe that's
Right on the W.
5 or 6 at this point.
1, 2, and again.
And she kicks.
Another kick out.
Yeah, and
My
she kicks
God.
out of that one too.
Sky
I
keeps
think that's
kicking
like
out of
4,
everything.
maybe 5, 6. I lost count. But the point is, she still holds that record.
Guilty verdict.
Guilty verdict. That's Brian's
Is
finisher.
that gonna be enough? 1, 2, no.
They're not. Aliza and Brian aren't just lovebirds. They share each other's moves
I don't know what is
too as well.
at this point.
Slap to the face.
What,
Back
she's taken
suplex
4
right
to
here.
5 wicked games already?
But this was fantastic.
She's taken so many, and
See, I wanted more camera angles like that, and I'm glad we got some in 2K22.
the
Witch's Hollow.
She's got it. Not going for the wicked game
Cover.
this time. 1,
1,
2,
2 to tie it.
and no,
Nope.
kick out. My God.
But then that
Sky's
was
kicking out of
perfect because
everything.
if Sky had resiliency, you know, which I didn't know if she had it
Gonna
or
take
not.
another one. If it
Wicked
has
game
to,
again.
Another wicked game.
No need to drag her over. Referee
1,
down. 1,
2.
2.
My God.
Not again.
What is Sky
She just
on?
couldn't get her to
Whatever it
stay
is,
down.
I want it. And another kick out.
I wanted
not
Sky
sure
to
if
be
we-
strong here too, just because of the story.
I'm not sure if we're
I book a match
properly
based
drug
on the
testing our
story.
superstars, but we may
That's
have
that's
to
usually
now.
how it goes. Super kick right there. Beautifully connected. Cover. Nope.
No, what kick out?
Not letting her have it.
My God.
And it's kind of this back and forth, like,
Oh, what a
okay,
stomp.
you kick out of my move 5
Oh,
times,
no,
I'll kick out of
Sky's
your
going
move
for it
5 times,
again.
like, it
Looking for
just
the
displays the
Skyfall
amount of
again,
hate that
but
they
this
have for one
time
another.
again,
Elise
Elise
finally
reversed.
reverses the Skyfall, gets her up,
Still fighting.
hits her with the
Hollow
Witch's
again.
Hollow,
I don't know how many times.
cover.
She's gonna have to hit every move, but she's gonna
Nope.
get no.
Still won't.
Kick out. Right at the last second. Half of a second.
Oh, and that's a submission. That's a
gonna have to-
submission right there that I gave
Pulling the legs.
Elise.
Sky's trying to escape, and she does. I don't know what it's gonna take, but whatever it is, it's gotta. Something's gotta give at some point. Sky's gonna have to give in, or Elisa's gonna have to give in. One of these ladies at some point is just gonna have to call it quits.
Drop kick there. As you can see, this match
You know,
was
at
just
that point, you would
absolutely
probably
brutal.
think it would be a
Nobody
draw.
wanted to lose.
But I don't know. Maybe not.
Drop kick. Just to get her down. Like, I keep doing the drop kick, like, because Elisa wants her to
what a
just
kick.
stay
Another
down.
Amazing
Like,
kick there from Elisa's. Is they're just trying to.
that's all
I
that
don't
is.
even know if this is about winning anymore.
Witch's
or if
Hollow
it's just
again.
Trying to get one of them to stay down.
Oh. Reversal.
Because Elisa won't, Sky won't, none of them will.
Got out of the way there. There. Turned her around, side Russian leg sweep.
Here is
See,
Elisa
both ladies
pulled
are
out to the
tired.
outside,
They're
very
both
wise
tired.
there. Dragging her to the middle of the ring.
Dragging her
very
to the
wise
middle of the
again.
ring. That's perfect.
After a couple times in this tournament, rope
Because
breaks
she
and
knows what she has to do.
unfortunately cost her potential wins.
Wicked game again.
Another wicked game. Another
Referee
one.
didn't like the look of that. You could tell by his expression there. One,
One,
two,
3. No.
and
oh
again
my
she
God.
kicks out. Again.
I'm not,
I think it's
swear
like
to God,
7
I'm not hitting
at
down
this
on the
point.
D-pad now.
Lost
I
count.
swear to God, I promise you. I'm not.
But like I said,
1, 2.
point is she still holds that record. And you could only
What
use
is
resiliency 3 times in a match. After that, it was done. So who
Because
knows?
you can hit down on the D-pad for them to kick out, and I'm not
Who knows
doing
how many
that.
times she used it and
I
how many
swear,
times
sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
she was actually kicking out.
But I'm not doing that. I swear to you.
Those quick
Sky's
strikes there.
actually kicking out of all this.
That's part of Sky's repertoire.
I have never seen the AI kick out as much as Sky has
Oh, the triangle choke. I remember that.
as a choke here.
That might have to come back as one of Sky's finishers.
She's got a choke. Nowhere for Elisa to go. Nowhere for Elisa to go. And Sky's
And
champ.
Sky's champ. Sky beats her 2-0.
My God.
Like that.
Is
Like that right there. Like
doesn't show how strong
honestly,
Sky is. It does not.
that is still one of the most
Wow.
incredible
What
matches
a match.
ever.
Holy crap. Holy shit. My God. What
Then she eventually
in all the matches I've
loses
called,
it
that's gotta
to
be
Paige.
the top one. That's
Sky
gotta
loses
be the
it to
top
Paige,
one.
and she's not supposed
That's
to.
it.
She loses it
That's the top one.
in like
right there.
5 to 10 minutes in a very quick fashion.
Sky
and
losing
that's
that title,
when Sky,
unfortunately, for
and
her
Elisa,
on Relentless.
you know, join
she
up.
said that she was in the main event bragging about it, and
And this
lost
is where I
very
give
quickly
Sky
in that
like a more seductive, sexier outfit with a
Hell
one
in a
piece.
Cell match. She lost fairly quickly in a Hell in a Cell match, and makes me wonder. Are we seeing
So she's like, hey,
revival of what
I know I
the
beat you,
rivalry was in season
but-
2 here between Paige
and I might not like
Sky?
you.
I don't want to speculate.
But Sky doesn't like Paige either. That rivalry
But
went all the way back to
Sky
season
brought out
2.
Elise
So this is a callback
out
to
here with
season
her.
2 with a regular show.
Makes me wonder, is she
so-
not that confident now?
And also, Paige was our very first
As the
women's
champ,
champion.
the
on
new
the show.
champ.
There she
Paige.
is with the dream title. Now this is a
Look at
match
that. Paige, the new champ right
that
there.
Paige saw a
Take a
clip of.
screenshot of
The
that.
real life Paige
That's gonna be
saw.
the
She saw a
thumbnail.
clip of this actually. I think. I can't remember if she did or not. I think she did.
Carrying that title. Beating Sky for it. Sky had it for, I believe, almost 50
I think
days.
I remember sending it to her.
And now she's putting it right on the line 2 days. Almost 2 to 3
It's a
days
famous
after
primal
she
scream that we're so used to. Man, I
This
miss
time
her,
she
man.
doesn't have the no disqualification rules on her side here.
She's still a badass lady. I'll give her that. She's the lady I
There
wouldn't
it
fuck
is.
with.
I'm going to take another good screenshot of it again.
This match was.
As we have it here
Amazing.
on the line again.
I mean, I could say that about every match in RCW, but there's a reason why this match got chosen over.
Sky Outlaw
Think about it. I have 13 seasons I could go through,
and Paige. 2 out of 3 falls for the title.
plus the
There we
spin-off
go.
shows. It's not even
Paige, the
counting the
dropkick here.
spin-off
Now
shows like
Sky's got
Daybreak and Relentless and all that. So
Sky
it's
knows
even more.
how pissed off she was.
A lot of matches
losing it
happened on
so
those
quick
shows.
To Paige.
So Elise
I
is
mean,
there. She's
she had
spectating.
about 45 to 50 days with it, but you know, she expected a lot more in that match than what she did, you know.
Paige doesn't hate Sky,
And,
but Sky hates Paige.
Stumper Earl trying to roll up to get the early victory. 1. Kick out. Oh,
She does not
Tiger
like Paige,
suplex to
just
Paige.
because it was that love triangle
Now she's really
storyline
bringing
between
it.
Paige and Brian Outlaw before Elisa even came
Now
into the
she's
picture.
really bringing it.
Because it was Paige who helped him keep the Carnage title when he was champion. And he did the
Drop
same
kick
for
to the
her because he
outside.
loves her.
2
Because
out
I
of 3
love
falls.
her. In real life, I love her. So,
Countouts to apply. Count
you
out
know, I
of
was
20.
willing to do anything for her. Still am.
Now, Sky and Elisa, they've tag teamed together a few times, and Elisa and Luna have tag teamed together a few times ever since Elisa came into RCW, thanks to Brian.
And I
Outlaw and
loved
this whole
the one thing I did
love
love about
triangle
2K22.
between
Instead of this
those two
wide
and everything
spread
else.
out camera angle, they actually made you more intimate
you know,
with the
it's-
outside,
It's been
um,
quite peculiar, really.
with
I find
offering
it to be
a
very, very
close
strange
look at
that,
the action,
you know,
just like it was on
it
TV. It
seems
was
like,
more presented like it was on
you know, the
TV,
same
and that's
cliche
one of the
guy
things
meets
that I
girl.
really did like in terms of the change. Right into the
guy
ring
meets
post.
girl, yada yada yada, and you
Because
know,
again,
the
Sky
same
does not
romantic
like
story, but
Paige.
It's a little bit different here.
So if she can ruin her
I
face,
don't really know, and I don't want to
she'll do
speculate
that.
what it is. As Sky Outlaw goes up to the top. Sky,
Well, the double
Sky,
rotation
oh my
moonsault.
God.
I remember
The
that.
double rotation moonsault too.
Remember
and
he's
a
coming
kick
back
out.
now. I believe this was just one fall to a
And
finish, I
Sky
think. Or
right
it
now
might have been
is
2
on
out of 3.
fire. Sky's the limit driver right on Paige to win the championship back. 2.
Sky's the limit
kick
driver,
out there
kick
from
out.
Paige to win the championship back. She almost got it.
Elisa didn't really get involved in this match, if I remember correctly.
And Paige has hit
Not
nothing.
really. She didn't really get
Unlike
involved.
In that quick Hell in a Cell match,
Rampage
Paige
DDT?
has not really done
No?
anything.
I thought so.
Oh, there's that primal scream we're so used to hearing. And now Paige on the comeback. Paige. Oh, Sky stopped it. Standing switch.
Actually, there was a couple times
Oh,
where
Paige.
the Paige
now trying
didn't
for it
like
again.
the scream that she
got it this
used to
time.
do. She was like, "Oh, it's so embarrassing." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's what made you, you, though.
Oh, she's
Like,
looking for
there's
the Paige
no other
Turner.
girl doing it."
She hit it.
Paige Turner.
1, no.
Kick out at
Not
1.
even a 1
Sky's not
counter.
gonna. Sky is not gonna let her.
Rampage Ddt, here it is. I believe this is what won her the title. No.
You get that
Sky
easily.
reverse.
Rampage reversal.
Now a kick. Oh,
Kick right to
another
the side of the
right to
head.
side of the head. A kick to the midsection. Then
And I
another
referenced, I
kick.
think I referenced Paige's neck injury, like her real life injury in this a few
Reversal in the
times.
corner. What's
So
Sky
real
going
life
for
stuff
now?
does matter in RCW
Setting
for
her
those
up.
that are wondering. Double knees. Right to the midsection.
1, 2, no! Paige again with the kick out as Sky looked to get the first fall in it.
I kind of miss the
And Paige
moves
with the kick out.
where you could have 2 announce tables and you could jump from one announce table to the other
but
and do a
she's in
spear
perfect
through the other
position
announce
now.
table. Or just do regular moves through the announce table
Sky's going
and
up,
not
looking for
have
the
like a
Sky fall
cutscene
here.
or something like that.
Sky going, Paige, no! Paige reverse.
Like, I miss where you could just put them on the table and just
Paige,
do it.
she reversed
I hope
it.
that's something that comes back in like 23,
Oh,
because
sidewalk slam.
as much as I love the realism side to it, I love the
Oh,
fun
no, no,
side
no,
to
no.
it as well.
Paige Turner.
Paige Turner again.
1, no, referee.
There's Elise helping
Referee
her
got
out.
distracted.
Distracting the ref.
And Elise just saved.
Right at the right time.
Uh-oh. Maybe not
The
now.
PTO, the Paige
Maybe
tap
not
out.
now. The PTO. She's gonna lock it in. There it is. The PTO. The PTO.
Sky getting out of it
Paige
very
tap out.
easily. Again, I
But
wanted
Sky
Sky to
got
be
out of
a
it.
dominant
Oh my God.
person.
This match definitely better than the Hell in a Cell one.
You know, she
It
lost
didn't
in like
end in a matter of,
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
I believe it was in a Hell in a Cell match, which wasn't
Elise
meant to
paying
happen.
dividends here.
I just made a mistake.
First Sky Outlaw.
But even then,
And Sky
the
dropkick.
mistakes that I made created good stories, so it
The
can't be
old
too
school.
much
Sky
of
went a little old
mistakes.
school there.
You know, mistakes turn into the best
Now Sky
creations.
now with the
I don't
arm
know.
up.
A lot of this stuff that you'll
Sky
see,
going for it.
you'll hear me talk about happens
clotheslines
on
there.
accident.
Kick right to the face of Paige.
It's
and now
not
Paige is in
purposeful.
trouble
A
now.
lot of it isn't.
Uh-oh. Lifting her up. Sky's the limit driver.
Sky's the limit
Roll
driver
over into a
again.
pin.
Cover.
1, 2 to get the first fall. No.
Kick out.
Again. Paige with a kick out. This is wild.
I think this is one of the clips
This
from
is
this
wild,
match is
folks.
actually in my old Glimish teaser that I did, my old like Glimish trailer. Not the new one, but the old one.
1, 2, and another kick out. Oh my God.
And Sky's getting a little frustrated, and you can tell
What's
by
it
that
going
cover
to
there,
take?
she just wanted this to be over. Spine buster.
Oh, running
Super kick right to the
face.
face. She's tired.
The
See, she's
onslaught
tired.
of
She got down
offense.
on one knee there.
Sky wants this back. More than anything right
Tossing
now.
her out. We had 2 announce tables here, plus the one on the stage.
She's gonna do it in any way she sees fit.
I always would make jokes all the time that the announce table never really lasted long
Oh, this match
in
is
RCW
absolutely
in
brutal.
terms of being upright.
Count of 3. Paige with a reversal. Paige, oh my God, the bare hand. She's not wearing any gloves. It's just hand on hand.
Paige knows that she's got to win it inside the ring.
Oh,
Goes for that
Cloverleaf. Oh, no, crossface.
little bit of a crossface
Crossface hold.
submission. Sky gets out of that too. Sky had special
again with
submission
big skate.
training from her brother, so she knows how to get out of submissions
But Paige,
very,
though.
very well.
Paige, shoulder tackle in the corner. Paige.
I wanted this match to make it look like Paige was going to be strong, too. She's a strong champion. Like, I knew her reign wasn't going to last long. I didn't want her reign to last long. Up to this point, she was only champion for, like, a few days.
And no! Sky kicked out of it!
But I didn't want to make her feel like a transitional champion either. I wanted her to actually fight for this.
But again, Sky stopping her.
Some people may say, "Oh,
Sky's stopping her here."
Because I wanted Sky to win this match. Sky was booked to win it.
Paige got right back up after
So
that.
everybody's like, "Well, why'd you make her lose it?" And I'm like, "Well, it was by accident." So giving Paige this idea, I beat you in 5 minutes. I can do it again.
Oh my God. This match is insane. Northern Lights.
Sky just came back better.
And I don't even know. I think Sky's foot was underneath the rope there. That looked fairly close. Now trying for a submission again. These ladies are just
submission
trying to
hold
get a
again.
first fall here.
Sky gets out of it. Notice how Paige is constantly going for submissions over and over and over.
Drop kick.
She's going to Sky's strong suit.
Another one.
Which is getting out of submissions.
And now Sky's trying to do it.
Skyfall, there it is. This is the clip right here.
Get the first fall. 1, 2. No, Paige again with a kick out and 2.5.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a
my
clip from the
Lord.
teaser.
What the hell does Sky got to do? Oh, Paige. Elbow right to the arm. Tried for a kick.
And I noticed over the years how my commentary has gotten so much better than what it used to be.
Uh-oh. She's going for the triangle choke.
The triangle choke.
The triangle
with the arm.
choke. You're right on Paige, but Paige got out of it.
And Paige powers out.
I don't know. I think Sky just didn't fully have that locked in.
It's pretty damn easy for her. She's making it look effortless.
Oh.
Fall away slam. She is my favorite fall away slam, honestly. And I'm not just being biased because I'm a Paige fan, but she genuinely has one of my favorite fall away slams. Because every wrestler does every single move differently in a different way.
Uh-oh. Here it is.
Rampage DDT. Bang.
1, 2, 3, and Paige
2 out of 3
gets the
falls.
first
Yep,
one.
it was.
Paige got the first one, so now.
So Sky's down 1-0. It's kind of ironic because Sky was up 1-0 in the previous match. So that was purposeful. I wanted to make Sky actually fight for this.
She's got Elise, but I don't know if Elise can help save her from this deficit here. Oh! Clothesline in the corner. And now Sky. Gotta do something here. Oh, good striking.
Paige rolls out. That was perfect, too. I loved it. Perfect timing. And she was met with a kick to the face as soon as she tried to get up.
Oh. Drop kick missed. Oh. She tried for the Sky's the limit, but
for
Paige
reference,
coming in with the hands. Good elbow right after.
Real quick.
Uh-oh. Gonna lift her up. GTS, no. DDT right to Sky. Can't get a pin out here, though. Gonna take her in. Oh. Oh, my God.
If you look at Sky now,
uh-oh.
That's what she looks like now compared to
Line her up into a
what she used to
hold. The clover leaf.
She has like
the clover leaf hold.
Actual facial features. It's kind of hard to see in this shot, but her face is a little more
Sky's out of it, and
customized.
she goes out.
It's still,
The scream,
granted,
the primal
this
scream
is
of
a
Paige.
Xbox One game, and this is like a couple games later, but
Sky's just trying
it
to
just
avoid
goes to
getting
show you
pinned here.
how long
Oh, now she's going up.
we've been doing this.
Tribute to the best in the world.
GTS,
CM Punk,
they go to
GTS.
sleep.
The go
Started doing that,
to
you know, because
sleep.
she's a fan of CM Punk.
Let's see if she can do it. One.
Lackluster
Two
cover.
to tie it up.
And she got it.
did.
1-1.
She did. She got it tied.
Single leg Boston.
She's got it tied.
Again, keeps going for submissions. And Sky just keeps getting out of them.
It's tied 1-1 now. Next fall wins it. Blowing a kiss to
I
everybody.
believe she blew a kiss there. And Elise has only gotten involved one time, so I
Sending Paige
highly
to the
doubt that
outside.
that one occurrence
Sending Paige to the outside. Very
impacted this match, really.
good. I know that she can't win it here, but I think that's how she got the first fall. She spent so much time outside
She's just tossing her around
that Paige
everywhere.
wasn't able to really connect with anything that meant anything out here.
So I tried to put her
Because
to the spot that
You
I wanted her
spend
to go in the announce table,
time
but
outside, it allows you to, get a breather, and if you get hit with anything, they
clothesline.
still have to get you
missed.
back in the ring for the.
And this is
fall to
when
even
you didn't
count.
have
They
a
tried for
stun
super
meter.
kick.
You just had what was called a reversal buff. So if
Count
a
of seven,
reversal like regression where if you
and Paige is tired.
got
of
a
this
good
shit.
reversal
She's gonna
off
get her back in
for
the
like a
ring.
minute, they wouldn't be able to reverse anything.
Count of 8.
I kind of liked how they did away with the
Count of 9. It wouldn't have
reversal
mattered because we
limit
have a
and
count
just
out
put
of
a
20
stun
under
meter.
RCW rules. Oh no! Paige took her no. Sky
reversal.
reversed.
Because a lot of people online, all they would do
And now
is
she knows what she
stomp
needs to
you
do.
with the stomp
She
cheese
knows. She needs to hit this.
and then
Skyball, no!
wait for all your reversals to be done.
Oh,
Obviously,
no,
Paige
Pin right off of it. Pin right off.
doing that
Kick out.
had to use
The
resiliency
kick out
there.
Right there.
But that would have been a
real bad
Great
for
win
Sky.
though for Paige though. If that's what I was
That would've
going for,
sucked.
that's probably what the finish would have been.
Uh-oh. Rampage. Nope.
Sky with another major reversal.
Sky reversed it. My God.
Look at that suplex.
That would have sucked bad for Sky right there. If she got pinned off of
Didn't
a
really
failed
know what to do
move,
there, so
I think
I
that's
went
more
up.
demoralizing. Getting pinned
'Cause I
off
think,
of your
yeah,
failed
she had
move here,
another-
but Sky going for it again. Sky ball. 1, 2 to win the championship back. No. Paige got the
Oh, it
shoulder
could have been
up.
that clip
Oh
right
my
there.
God.
Yep, that was the thing
What
that was
the
in
hell, man?
the Flemish teaser. She's got another one, as you can tell.
Sky's gonna go for it one more
So,
time.
Go up for a second for
If
another
it
one.
didn't work once, it's gonna work again. 1,
Hit her again.
2, 3, and Sky's
she
the
wins
champ
the title
again.
back.
Sky's
And
the
laughs,
champ again.
too. And so
My God.
I
Sky
felt like
is
that was
again
a
the champ.
perfect victory for Sky.
Oh
Yes,
my.
Paige's reign for
Give me
with the
that
Dream
shit.
title was
Oh my God.
very,
I
very,
always
very,
love
very
saying that 'cause
short,
it's
but she got lucky.
Yeah,
She
that
beat her
freaking
in
cracks me up
5
when they
minutes.
do
She
that.
got
They're
lucky
like, Give
there.
me that
So,
shit. That's my title. Oh man. Oh
but
my
Sky wasn't gonna
Lord.
make it easy for her.
But you got to give credit to Elise. Elise helped her out. Elise helped her out a little bit there. And that's got to sting. For Paige, that's got to sting. But Sky is the new Dream Champion again.
I think the rest of
Two-time
this
Dream
might
Champion.
be clips.
Let's see if she can hang on to it this time
Could be.
in her next defense. But Sky is the new Dream Champ. She's letting go.
What was this?
Taking off the mask, both figuratively and literally.
Was this a match? Yes. Yes, this was a
This is
match.
just a normal matchup. This is no
I remember now.
no special
So this match
stipulation or anything. It's just normal.
was the first time
Normal everyday matchup.
was the first time Luna ever took her mask off.
I don't think I've ever seen
Which with
Luna
Violet
Outlaw
Knight,
like this before,
one of the people on the
totally
roster
different
that we don't have
than what
anymore.
We're used to seeing her as.
I always thought about bringing Violet Knight
No
back.
jacket, very uncharacteristic.
Might
No jacket,
end up doing
no
it.
nothing, just
She's probably not going to be a part of
very
the
little
Savages
makeup
because the
is-
Savages is
she
already
went a
filled
little
up,
less
but
heavy on
wouldn't
that.
hurt bringing back an old friend.
a little less heavy on the makeup for this one. But
Yeah, so this was the first time
still got the glowing boots. though.
Luna had taken her mask off.
That's something I think.
Now, originally, I was never going to take it off. Never going to take it off. I wanted, but I thought to myself, it would show a growth in her character if she did take it off. So, I did.
We're gonna keep. I'm definitely taking a screenshot of that because it just looks too cool not to.
Xbox One days.
Now the reason behind Luna Outlaw having to choose somebody to be in the corner. Which one is your probably me. Probably Brian Outlaw is my favorite. Because I spent so much time on his character, and he's based on me, so probably him out of anybody else. But I love Luna Outlaw.
And
I
this
love
was
Luna
Noelle
Outlaw, 'cause her
Diamond.
entrance and her,
This was a viewers
her,
wrestler.
backstory
And the most
all
depressing
that-
part about this
all
was
that stuff.
that the viewer
All
wanted
the
to be with
shadows and insecurity thing and all that, like all the stuff that I was able to create with these characters, like,
Tessa Blanchard. And so she pretty much had planned out her whole thing, what she wanted.
See the
But
RCW
she
Women's
got
Championship
tired
Noelle
of
Diamond coming up.
waiting to be booked in a proper storyline. So she basically left and never came back. And this is what her wrestler turned into. She had the longest championship run at that time within the show's history, and she saw none of it, all because she didn't want to wait. So that just goes to show you why we have the rules right here in chat. Sorry for launching a bunch of shit at you. But that's why we have the rules that we have. And one of those rules being number 3, which is number 2, which means must be around the stream every once in a while, otherwise your call will be removed from the roster now. Number 3 being a big one. Creative control over your wrestler, so if there's no storyline in place for them, I don't book them. And then I specifically say that doesn't necessarily rule out a future storyline, but don't get mad and just leave because your character isn't in title contention or lost the title or loses a few matches or a match. The story will be well thought out as stories are written in advance. And I said, also, I don't want to book your wrestler just to book them. I want something meaningful for your wrestler, not just a card filler. And that's what I wanted for everybody that was on the show. And I tried to explain that to everyone. When I was on Twitch, when I was on Glimish, everything. I tried to explain that. And well, this is what you get. So she never really saw any of it. So kind of jokes on her for not waiting. So
out there with Tessa Blanchard
Now, I forget who she lost it to.
As we get this
'cause
matchup underway.
Noelle actually wins the match here. But
There it is.
Luna was supposed
The
to win it.
RCW Women's title, Paige being the first one to ever hold that title.
So let's just skip into here.
Here to the champion
Skip a
as
little
Noelle
bit.
Diamond taking advantage of the distraction. Referee's got to get some control here in this match.
Skip a little bit towards the end here. Towards what happens
They're
here.
up or both.
You don't need to see the whole match here, but
Now telling Noelle to get right back up. Going for another blackout. Blackout again. Looking for the dawning, but no, Noelle reversed it.
basically I booked.
Noelle reversed it.
Violet was there because Tessa Blanchard was there.
Now forcing the face.
So
of
she wanted to
Luna
even
into
the
the
odds a little
turnbuckle.
bit.
Normally, I wouldn't say that caused much damage, considering that she used to have the mask on, but now that she doesn't have it, there's no protective barrier there.
And that's one of the parts about, you know, the toxicity of Twitch is that when you're on an E-Fed,
no.
like everybody wants their character
If
booked,
Noelle
so you
hits this, it's
kind of
over.
have to be
If Noelle
careful.
hits this, it's over, and it's struck
Black
gold.
mask kick.
Struck gold. But Luna kicked out at
So you
one.
really kind of have to be careful
She no-selled it.
about who
She
you
didn't
allow.
sell it. Looking for another one, and she hits
Second
another
black
one.
mask kick.
And again, she kicked out at two. What a match we're seeing between these two right now. I might have pissed Noelle off though.
Yeah, but to me this was kind of funny, just how all of this
As she takes her down.
came to be
Look at the yank
because
on the arm
of the
as she's
fact
getting
that
it
she
ready
just
for the
didn't want to
Iron
wait,
Monarch.
and then she didn't even see this match. She didn't see it because,
Looking to get it ready for the
and I
Iron
spent
Monarch here. Look
2
at
hours,
Marcus armbar in.
2 to 3 hours making her live
to
on
lock
stream,
this
making
armbar
her
in
this
here.
character, and she saw none of
Well, Luna getting
what
out of
led
it.
to her title run. She saw none
You gotta be
of
very smart here, as
like,
Luna's very
none
tired
of
in a drop kick.
her title run. So to me it felt really, really sad because it was one of those
Sitting
things where
down
it's
for
like
a bit,
you saw none of it,
trying to get back
and
to
I
the
created
bearings.
all that for
Looking to
you
get a Falcon
just for you
Arrow.
to see none of it.
But no Falcon Arrow today.
And yeah, people aren't entitled to
But
come
grabbed her
back
quick
to your
and a
stream at
Falcon
all. They
Arrow
aren't.
right back.
And I don't want to sound like that, but you know, when you spend 2 or 3 hours making a character for somebody
Stomping away.
and they just get mad just because they're like, oh,
Ooh, but a kick right to the side of
my
the head.
character's not being booked
Kick
in a,
right to the side of the head, and
you know,
no match in the
a
head
title
is the
shot
canvas.
or whatever, or anything
I'm a diehard
remotely
Paige fan, man.
meaningful in my opinion. So
Hands
I'm just
down.
gonna leave. I'm just gonna go.
I love Paige, man.
Like, to me, that's, you know,
I
the
love
utmost disrespect
Like, literally. Like, she's probably my favorite.
to
Or
the
she was
streamer
what got me
that
into
literally
WWE in the
just
first place. Like, her whole
spent
NXT
all this
run,
time making you a freaking
her
character
whole NXT
when
run,
they
I
didn't
loved
have to.
that. I loved all of it.
Because
The only thing
and
I
it's
didn't
not just
like,
me that it's affected. It's affected
in
my
Paige's
mods,
career was
Youngson
her
and
return
Zakate.
with, I love
It
the
affects
Undertaker.
anybody that does an
Love the
E-Fed
Undertaker.
here in the
Love
WWE
him.
community.
Major respect for that guy.
So,
But Vince should just let him retire at this point. I'm pretty sure he needs at least one good match. One good match to send it off, and then he should just retire. Because at this point, he's old. He can't do it anymore. Like, you know, as much as I love hearing his music, and as much as I love the whole Tombstone thing and the eyes turning inside out thing, like,
it's not just something
he
that
really
affects.
needs to go. Like, he really
you know,
needs to-
me.
He's paid his
But
dues.
Anyways, back to the match. I wanted to make Luna strong in this match. That's why I had her kick out of so many black mass kicks and, you know, and everything, because I wanted to make her this strong challenger, to get this. She had all the strength to take off that mask. And it was kind of like symbolism of letting go of your demons, letting go of your past. And then right when she loses,
Struck gold once more.
she puts on the mask again.
And Noel
So
got her.
right when she loses here, she puts on the mask again. So did I do this match twice? I might have. Wait a minute. Yes, I did. I put the same match in here twice when I shouldn't have. But that was my mistake. But shit happens. But that's pretty much what has led up to all of the stuff that we've done now. You know, obviously I enjoyed, you know, talking through the matches with you guys. You know, yeah, I skipped around a little bit in that last one there. But I think it's absolutely incredible to see how the show has come along, both audio and visual wise, and just overall presentation wise, because we didn't have any openings then. We didn't have openings. We didn't have segments until like season 9 or anything. So, you know, yes, most of these videos are recent, with the exception of a few. The Cash-In is a couple seasons back. Turmoil a couple seasons back. Recoil a couple seasons back. You know, but everything else is fairly recent with Daybreak. But, you know, that just goes to show you, like, what we've done here as a unit, as a community, over whether it be on YouTube or here on Glimish. It's what we've done. And, I'm really, really grateful. So, thank you guys so much. And I look forward to having a lot more seasons. You know, I've said that as long as I have ideas, as long as the ideas keep going and keep moving, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. You know, obviously, you know, when I get a job and things and all that, schedule's gonna have to change, but, you know, that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going until I have no more ideas anymore, which is kind of impossible with the way my mod Sin and I am. We'll spend on Discord and we'll come up with ideas, and, you know, and it's weird because we'll just randomly be talking, and then 1 second we're like, oh, we have an idea for this, and it's either for my show or for his show, SCW, and it'll come to life before you know it. We're on DaVinci Resolve editing a segment together and making it happen. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty insane. Once again, I appreciate you guys joining for this little behind the scenes look at it. And here's to more seasons.